So you feel the pressure from the universe to step into your gifts. You have this feeling that you need to help people, and you just feel like after these multiple awakenings again and again, what do I do? If that is you, or you're feeling stuck and you know you have gifts, I really highly suggest you receiving this video. Hi, I'm Chica. I'm a medicine woman, and I help space holders learn how to step into their power, step into their hearts, and help their communities while being abundant doing so. I've been able to help hundreds of souls heal and step into their leadership. And I actually just got off a call with one of the most amazing beings and conversations I've had for one of my trainings, my Earth Dharma space holding training, which if that is something that you're interested in, you can go and apply down below. It's a beautiful 1-year program that teaches you how to space hold while working with the elements, and it's really great. So before we get into this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, put notification bell so you don't miss a video down below. Let me know if you're new. Please, please, please put a rainbow emoji. Let me know if you're a space holder. Do you want to be a space holder? Maybe a great question would be to ask, when did you first know that you had gifts that you wanted to share with this world? Share me a little story. I'd love to read it. I do read every comment, by the way. And if you're interested in one-on-ones, my medicine retreats, and many more offerings, you can go check it out down below my link tree. Okay, let's get into it. So let me walk you through this deep channel message I have for you. And I had this conversation with this amazing applicant, which I see a lot in our community, in this community, in people in general. And it's this feeling that you have these gifts, and you know that maybe the job that you're currently in is coming to an end, and doesn't necessarily mean you need to transfer right into helping people and healing people. Or maybe you've constantly changed jobs. Or maybe you just end up being the person in the family that's always helping people and that friend that everyone goes to. If you're like nodding your head, put 100 emoji down below, okay? Because I know you're feeling this. Now, the first thing I'm going to say with how to deal with the pressure of the universe to be a healer, a light worker, or a mentor is to understand this number one thing. You have a choice. Even though you have the pressure side by side, it's not like spirit is punishing you, universe, creator, whatever you connect with, is punishing you and saying, hey, you have to do this or else. Where does that inner child punishment come from? You know, look at the shadow of yourself where you feel like you had to do something because it was asked from you. This is where we bring us to the second point on how to deal with pressure from the universe of wanting to use your gifts, be a healer, a light worker, a mentor. Boundaries. This is actually an invitation for boundaries. And because you're such an intuitive being as you are, you think that you have to please that person, but rather ask yourself, what is the boundary that you need to look at? Now, the other part about this that is really important to note is when we have these pressures coming from, usually it's pressure within ourselves, and we tend to be either one of these people. One, we think that if we don't help people, people will judge us, or we are a bad person, or if we say no and we don't help that person and we don't use our gifts to our advantage, if we sit on them forever. Please remove that conditioning away. But first ask yourself, when were you considered bad for saying no to something? Look at that. This is highly connected and might be blocking your gifts just in general. The second part is to look at this common sentence. I feel like I need to save everyone. I feel like I need to save dash. You know, it could be, I need to save women that go through trauma. I need to save the men in my communities who are constantly not getting justice. I need to save children who are being trafficked, or children that are in very troubled homes. A lot of the times there are two things that comes up when we step into being a victim and also holding the burden of the savior. And what that means is no one wants to be saved, but everyone wants to be seen and healed. And that includes yourself. The reason why you're connected to those things is because your story also is connected to that. And when we step into a space because we feel like we need to do something, that is coming from outside pressure, energetic outside pressure. And this could even be from the mind. But rather stepping into our hearts, knowing that number one, we cannot save everyone. You are not a superhero. As a space holder, as a mentor, as a healer, I put healer in quotations because everyone's their own healer. You guys know I say this all the time. But what you are is you are a guide. Are you stepping into your gifts to guide yourself outside of the pressure to help and save other people, and rather step into guiding other people? Hey, wait, I'm gonna guide you back home to yourself. Now we're talking as a space holder. Now we're a light worker. Now we're mentoring. Now we're really guiding, right? But when you step into thinking that you have to save people, you are going to be drained. You're going to feel like you're constantly taking people's energy on, because now you are putting on your body, I am the savior. And any person who's a victim will come to you, running to you, filling out all of the things that they want to say. Take a breath. I know I'm sharing a lot here. This is what I shared with this applicant who applied to one of my training programs. And I was like, I got to go on this video and do this thing. I wasn't planning to. I'm supposed to be off channeling right now, but this came up and I was like, I know it just won't sit if I don't do it till now, so I gotta share with you guys. But all this to say, as you can feel my excitement, how do you move out of that? Well, this is what you gotta do. How you remove yourself from the pressure of saving people, the pressure of stepping into your gifts, the pressure of all that is going back to the first question I asked you, the first sentence that I said. You have free will. Even though someone is destined to do something, know that your life, this life, there are various ways of doing it. You don't have to drop everything and go and do and go and be a healer or be a shaman, you know? You don't have to go do those things. But what you can do is you can ask yourself, is that something that I want to do? Am I willing to hold myself as much as I am willing to help and guide people? Am I willing to guide myself through all of the ups, the downs, the in-betweens, the textures, the emotions that I am going to have to face? And if the answer is yes, then welcome. You are now ready to step into that. Now, is it that easy, Shika? Let me go a little bit deeper. How do you move through the pressure of the universe, your guides, spirit guides, your intuition of wanting to hold space? Once you have decided to remove the thought and the story that it is a punishment, remove that coding. It is a punishment to have gifts. No, it is not. You are a unique coded being. We all are. That came here for specific things to do. Why would you reject your uniqueness, your essence, your coding that was specifically meant for your soul? There may be some areas of self-acceptance that needs to be unraveled here. Now, the next step of that, once you've tapped into what shadows are here that I can't accept who I am and my uniqueness, right? That might be your inner child. That might be your teen self. That might be the part of you when you had that conversation at 12 years old with your parents and they rejected you in some way of your gifts, whatever it is, right? What is the story? You can even write down the words that are coming up as we're talking here. The second part is ask yourself that no matter how much when you step as being a space holder, you can accept that that is that person's responsibility to heal themselves. That your job is to hold space consciously with your breath, with your heart. And when you can do that and also trust the unseen, magic can happen. Big things can happen. And that is when you shift. And now you're feeling, oh my gosh, what if it can happen? What if I can accept my gifts? What if this isn't a punishment? What if the best thing can happen? Welcome to accepting the invitation. You are not a failure if you don't. Remember, you don't have to heal everyone, but the most important person you're being invited to do is to heal yourself. And that's really what it comes down to. The pressure of the universe to be a healer, a light worker, a mentor is the pressure to heal yourself. And there's something that Spirit's been knocking on your door for you to heal. And when you can do that, then you have that invitation of being like, okay, it's time. You'll know. There'll be no pressure. I can't tell you. No guide can tell you. You, your soul, no. That's it, right? And when you step into that, the next thing that happens, the next part of that, once you've moved through the punishment and all of the conditioning thoughts that we talked about, right? What happens next, Shika? Then you go into, what if this could be the best thing ever? What if I can be abundant while holding space for people, for my kids, for my family, with my loved ones? What if I can do the things I love while helping people heal? What if I'm not going to be in pain and I will not have to heal things anymore? Oh my gosh, that's possible? Maybe I won't be in a stage of constantly healing, but I'll actually be living life and not lifing it through, right? Obviously, you can't heal everything. That was a trick question, a trick little comment there. But can you actually accept that life can be good? Life doesn't have to be in chronic pain. Life doesn't have to be in tears. Life doesn't have to be in this like constant shadow, and focusing so much on the chaos. Because when we focus on the chaos, we bring that in. And then you know what happens? We give our power to the chaos. Mic drop. We give our power to spirit. You act, spirit responds. It's not the other way. If you're sitting here waiting for the angel numbers and everything constantly, and you're like, spirit's pressuring me. No, they're telling you to look at something within yourself. That's what they're telling you. I know I'm dropping such deep medicine. Let me know, check in. Let's do a little check-in in the comments. How are you feeling? Take a deep breath. Exhale out. Shake it out. All right, it's a deep healing mentor. So I'm gonna wrap it up for you guys on how to really let go of the pressure of the universe, stepping into your gifts, stepping into being a light worker, a healer, a space holder, being a beacon of light. That it's always a choice if you choose to. And that the version of you right now is scared because if it actually works, then your soul has something to celebrate for. If it actually works, that means every voice that doesn't exist, that's been telling you otherwise about things about you, about stories, is wrong. And that's okay. My belly just, I don't know if you guys heard that. My belly just, I need to eat. But then it's wrong. Is it bad to be wrong? No. That just means you transition. There's no wrong or right. That just means you've evolved and you shifted, and we celebrate that. So instead of allowing yourself to be in your mind, thinking about the pressures that you're self-inducing in yourself, take a breath, take a moment, and ask yourself, do you see your gifts as a punishment? Do you see your gifts as bad? What do you believe about your gifts? The second step to do is a recap. Then you step into, do you feel like you're a villain or like it's bad for you to step into this world because of maybe past experiences, religious views, whatever it is? Or do you feel like you have to save everyone because you're in so much pain yourself and you've experienced that and you don't want other people to experience that? Those two things have to be let go, and you have to do the work in there before you can go deeper, okay? Once you've removed those conditioning, we sit with them, we talk with them, we have a conversation. Then we step into what if it could happen. Then the fear starts to bubble into your being, the butterflies, and that's normal. The resistance comes up because it could actually happen. 3, that's the awakening. You're now getting a flooded of gifts. Your gifts are shooting up and you're like expanding. You're like, what? This can actually happen. What is going on? Yeah, take it all in, breathe through it, process it. Don't rush yourself into the next thing. And the next part is acceptance. Accepting it and meeting universe where you need to step in, if you so choose to go with your gifts. That I am fully open to receive the change and receive the gifts and receive this path. And when you can do that, trust me, there is no other way but for you to be supported. If you're 2 feet in, Spirit's about to support you 110%. Okay? Because no space holders are saviors or villains, or, we all are at some point in our life, obviously. But when we're in our hearts and we're balanced, we need to step away from that, and it has nothing to do with you. So if you are wanting to help someone based on your old shadow and story, final little download for you, you gotta unravel that, sit with it, process the emotions, and then let's talk about space holding in that. Okay? Let's take a breath. Exhale out. I have no pressure from the universe to do and step into my gifts, to be a light worker, to be a healer, to be a mentor. That is just pressure that I'm putting on myself. And I'm looking at that after this video. And if you need to rewatch this, new things will hit because your consciousness will be open. Like, you just release so much energy and emotions through this experience, I'm sure. Let me know how you're feeling down below. If you feel ready to learn how to space hold and your body's like, yes, Shika, I'm ready, I highly invite you to look at my trainings, my Earth Dharma training. It's a 1-year program that teaches you how to work with the elements, teaches you so many different modalities, such as Reiki, past life regression, so much more that we tap into. And it also teaches you how to do this abundantly, how to be able, if you want to do this full time, from your heart, and keep going back to it. This is something I've used for over 7-8 years doing this work, and it's still something I still use. Right? So it's going to support you. And lastly, if you want to do a Reiki training or any of my other trainings, or even a one-on-one session to unravel this, you can book down below at Breathworks and my medicine retreats, which are always fun and amazing. You can look at all of those dates down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, put a notification bell so you don't miss a video. And I love you so much. Integrate all that medicine, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.